Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Going over today's early MLB main slate for today on DraftKings. I'm also going to make a late slate video for you guys as well right after this. So anyway, before we continue, if you could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, really appreciate that. You can also follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. That's CPENN_16. And if you want to follow me on Twitter and shoot me a DM, I'll send you access to this cheat sheet, the pitching model, the hitting model, and it's by positions as well. And then you'll have access to everything, so should make your life easier. And also, NASCAR is going to be tomorrow night at 6, and I am in the process of updating that model, waiting for practices. I think final practice is in 30 minutes, so I'll be able to finish that up, and I'll have to get that video out as soon as I can. And yeah, let's get into the MLB cheat sheet now. So SP1 today, for me, is going to be either Patrick Corbin or Carlos Carrasco. I'm not sure which. I do like the savings I get with Carrasco. But first, let's just talk about Corbin. 11,500. So the Marlins went off yesterday. But they've not fared well versus lefties this year. And Corbin is an ace with his elite strikeout and skill set ability. And his strikeout rate sits at 30%. So, I mean, there's a lot of strikeouts that can be had here. I mean, you should be able to get the win. I think the Nats are implied over 5 runs today versus Alcantara. So definitely like Corbin today. Just the price is going to be tough, but there's definitely plenty of upside. Then Cal Gibson, 8,500. I think he's going to be a popular SP2. The Twins are pretty much a lock to win this game, and with the way their offense is, and you know the White Sox are bringing out a pretty bad pitcher, so I do like Gibson. He's been pretty okay this year. He's had a solid strikeout rate, and the White Sox are striking out at a really good rate right now. I think it's sitting around 27, 26%. And like I said, he should easily get the win, so I think Gibson's in a really good spot here. Then Carlos Carrasco, 10,400. I like the savings you get off of Corbin here. And it's not the best matchup in the world, but Shane Bieber thought otherwise yesterday with 10 strikeouts. So and I do think Carrasco is better than Shane Bieber, but Bieber's pretty good. But yeah, the Rays will strike out a lot, and Cookie has elite stuff when he's on his game. So definitely like Cookie today if you can, if you want to get down from Corbin. And then a catcher, we have Gary Sanchez, 5,500. He's on fire, and he's facing a home run prone righty, and Gary has crushed righties this year with a 400 ISO, so he's really seen the ball well from righties, and Junis gives up a lot of power to both sides, so definitely like Sanchez if you can afford him. That's the problem, though, if you can afford him. And then Wilson Ramos, 4,200. Always like him versus lefties, and Carpenter's been awful versus righties this year so far. I believe he's giving up like a 327 ISO versus them, so he's been pretty darn bad, and that bullpen's really bad as well. Then Martin Maldonado, 2,300. He's our favorite punt catcher, and he's probably where I'm going to go today if I don't get up to Wilson Ramos, because I'm not going to pay up for Gary Sanchez. I'm saying that right now. If you want to, I have no problem, but I want to spend up in other positions. So first base, we have Anthony Rizzo, 5,200. The wind's blowing out to center, and Wrigley and Molly is best targeted with lefties, so Rizzo's going to be an awesome play today if you can afford him. CJ Cron's probably my favorite first baseman today, 5,000. So this Twins offense is just insane, and I'm all aboard the hype train here. Cron crushes lefties so far this year with an insane 569. So obviously that's going to regress, but so far he's just on fire versus lefties, and this whole offense is just awesome. And then Joey Votto, 3,300. He's going to be pretty popular with the wind blowing out in Wrigley, and he's going to be hitting around second in the batting order. So puts him in play for me versus Darvish, the righty. Nice lefty on righty matchup. He's super cheap at 3,300. And at second base, Mike Moustakas, 4,900. I always love lefties versus Arrieta, who struggles versus them. And we have a bunch of good lefties in this lineup, so Arrieta should struggle here, and I really like Mike Moustakas. And Ian Kinsler, 3,100. Leading off for righty in a hitter-friendly ballpark, and he hits righties better, and Jackson lets righties hit him better, so two reverse splits guys here. So a lot to like. There's a lot to like here, especially at that price. Then Chad Pinder, 3,800. Always like him versus lefties, and he's going to see another one today. Usually gets bumped up to second in the order versus them. And then third base, Mike Moustakas, we already talked about. Todd Frazier, 3,800. Carpenter may just be the worst pitcher in the league. He's been awful, and he's getting blasted by both sides of the plate. And we get the righty and lefty matchup here as well. Then Matt Chapman, 4,300. Just another righty bat versus Kikuchi. And then shortstop Manny Machado, 4,200. I like his price, and I like I said earlier, Jackson get hit by righties allowing a 190 ISO versus them, and I do like this Padres stack today. And then Marcus Semien, 4,000. Leading off versus the lefty, and plus that bullpen is terrible, so we don't mind somebody's athletic bats today. Then Javi Baez 5100. Couldn't leave him off of here just because the wind's blowing out and pretty much puts everyone playing this game. And then in the high priced outfield, we have Christian Yelich 5900. He cheats at home. I don't know what it is, but he just, every time he's at home, I feel like he's hitting a home run, especially versus a righty, even a lefty too. But good matchup versus Arrieta, who struggles with lefties, and this might be just the best lefty in the league. So definitely like Yelich. And then Chris Bryant 5300. The wind's blowing out, so I don't have to really explain that one. Then Bryce Harper 4900. So Chastain struggles with lefties, and Harper has a 244 ISO versus righties the past 2 years. This year he hasn't been hitting them very well at all, really anybody. But so I wouldn't be surprised if we might see a nice little moonshot here in the first inning. And then in the mid-range outfield, Nelson Cruz 4200. It says he might be activated for this game. I'm not sure if he will be. It sounded like he was supposed to get activated yesterday, but he didn't, so that's a little concerning. But if he is activated in the lineup, this is one of my favorite plays of the day at 4200 versus a lefty, and he's just a nice part of that Twins team, and he's pretty cheap too. So definitely like Nelson Cruz if he's in the lineup. And then Kyle Schwarber 4000, another one of my favorite plays today. Wind blowing out and leading off versus a righty. And Aaron Hicks 4200. The price dropped, and Junis gives up homers to both sides of the plate, so don't mind Aaron Hicks. And then in the value outfield, we have Chad Pinder, we already talked about. Stephen Piscotty 3600. He had a really good game yesterday. What do you have, like 27, 30 points yesterday? And I just really like using some of these A's bats as one-offs. I'm not sure if I'm going to fully stack them, but I mean, I wouldn't mind it. And then Nick Castellanos 3900, facing a fly ball lefty in Vargas, and he's always hit lefties well, so don't mind if I'm going to go to Castellanos. And then some of the core plays, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with pitcher yet. I mean, they're going to go with Carrasco and or Corbin, one of those two guys, and then probably pair him up with Gibson. But I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. But I mean, I don't think one of them is going to suck. It's just if I need some extra bats, I'm probably going to go with Carrasco, and then but if not, I'll probably get up to Corbin. I'm not sure yet. But then I have Ian Kinsler just because I like that price. Schwarber at 4K and Cruz at 4200. That's going to leave you a lot of wiggle room in your lineups. And then some updates. If you get access to the cheat sheet, I added the times of when the game starts on the cheat sheet because I just exported the file of the all-day slate, so we have all the players on the cheat sheet today, and I was getting confused at what slate these guys are on. So the times are on there now, so that's easier to navigate. I also added the bullpen stats for the batters, so it helps you with your stacks when the pitcher gets out of the game. And then if you do have access, I will say the model thinks Burr is starting instead of Banuelos or whatever for the White Sox. So it's really heavily weighting that his pitch weight, which is pretty bad. So the Twins are projected like 30 points. I think Crone's projected like 35. So just knock that down a little bit. The Twins righties are still like probably one of my favorite plays of the day. Just knock their projections down a little bit. And then top stacks for me are going to be the Twins, specifically the righties, but once they get to the bullpen, the lefties should be fine. And they'll definitely be lower owned. I know the Twins were really low owned yesterday. Kepler was 4%, which was really odd, I thought. I mean, usually he's pretty popular. I don't know why he was so low owned yesterday. And then, yeah, so don't mind the Twins. And then the Brewers lefties versus Arrieta. And the Cubs/Reds game, just because that field turns into Coors Field when the wind's blown out. And then I like the Yankees, the A's, and then the Padres. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for the video. I'm going to try to get out the late slate video soon, and then I'm going to work on the NASCAR as well. So fun day going on. But yeah, anyway, follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that, and good luck today.